All right, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is CharlesEllroy. With me, I have Zondas, and we are going to give you a hell of a game today. We've got Baladia versus TSEA Twente, and we are getting into the draft right now. How are we
Yes,
doing today,
sir. Yes,
Zondas?
sir. I'm doing well, man. Thanks for asking, and I'm excited today to watch some League of Legends in the Hextech Championship Div 1 between two teams that are considered rivals. Going to be the first rivalry of It's the first. I think it is the first rivalry of the Hextech Championship, and we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see some bad blood be exchanged, and hopefully an interesting series.
Well, that's what we're hoping for. Looking at some of the bands, there's your Shaco band for you.
There you go. Shaco being banned. That's an interesting ban, man. Obviously, there's a Shaco main on that team that is feared and revered because I'm going to argue that Shaco in a team scenario is terrible champion. you know?
Yeah, I don't see him played a lot in the team comp, so that just must be respect towards one of the players.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the Darius though. I haven't seen Darius been getting banned or played a lot either, so there must be a little bit of respect over towards that side. I do love the Zenzao ban. I love the Thresh ban. Both of those players
Yeah.
are able to take over a game and help have a lot of utility and help create a big snowball for other roles. And that's a
Yeah. Yeah.
quick
Quick
lock in.
setback coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got me set pick, set locking coming out. Yeah. Set's so strong right now, with that build that has been popularized. That full health, mathematically correct set. The W so strong, and he really does have few lanes which he's weak into. So it's pretty smart. Well, I would say it's a solid pick coming in from the side of TST.
And
And
I
yeah, Bad look like they're gonna respond with the Volibear. Um, well, that could be Karma top, Karma support, Volibear top as well. If they do go with the Volibear Karma, that's two really good and really strong flex picks. Um, what do you
no,
think of the Volibear Karma?
I love the Karma. I think Karma has a lot of poke in lane. I think she has great team fight utility with her empowered ease and things of that nature. I like that she can be flexed in support or put into a solo role, solo lane if she needs to. Um, the Volibear, I like that as well. I don't love it into the Sett because I still think Sett has such a strong build right now and such a strong ability to disrupt, but so does the Volibear. So I feel like in lane it'll go pretty
Mm-hmm.
equal. We just have to see who wins lane basically is what that's going to come down to. It's going to be more of a skill matchup.
Yeah,
Um, there's Ezreal, so we'll probably see the Ezreal Divine Sunder build, which I've been seeing a lot lately. Ezreal with his Arcane Shift, very slippery, very hard to lock down. Provides himself with a lot of mobility, and he can just tear through people if he's landing skill shots.
mm. And is that going to be Sejuani jungle? Sejuani being
Okay.
locked in there. Wow, like that.
Uh,
Sejuani is being played top. What are you going to say? Go on.
oh no, I was just saying
Charles?
I've been seeing Sejuani locked in a couple times in these last couple games that I've been casting here
Yeah,
recently. So I love seeing her come back into the meta. She's in love. She's a great tank. She's a great engage. She
yeah,
offers a lot of utility in team fights, so I like what I'm seeing there.
yeah. She's really strong overall. Her CC is ridiculous. And she's very strong with champions like Sett, in which you can stack that frost passive really quick in when she goes for a gank.
Hmm.
And overall, she's really strong jungle. I've been playing her even when she's out of meta. Super strong. I think. And yeah, she's been being played top recently, but it looks like it's just going to be Sedge jungle. And Seraphine banned, Kindred on the other side on TST. I don't know about the Kindred. I don't think that's Volley. I think that could be Volibear jungle, personally. But Kindred's smart because they are going for this pretty dive style comp with Sett and Sejuani,
Hmm.
and Kindred can be the bane of that.
He can just stop that real quickly with an ult, get everybody out of
Yeah,
there, and
yeah,
just shut down your plan. So it's a good ban, even if that is a Volibear jungle, just to make sure that you don't have to worry about the flex over and putting him top or something like that.
yeah, definitely. And then we're going to be seeing the Kassadin ban and the Viego. Interesting because maybe Bad is going to be going something a little bit more AP orientated, and overall Kassadin is a late game scaling monster, but I wouldn't be banning Kassadin unless the other team Kassadin one trick or yeah, so they're going to
Ooh,
go,
and
go
there's
with
the
the Sylas.
Sylas.
Yeah, but I could see why they'd ban the Kassadin there because
And
overall Kassadin.
I, lo-
Sorry.
I love the Sylas pick. Sylas
Yeah,
with Everfrost able to almost guarantee his abductive Scon lands. The Kingslayer can make it so that trading with him in lane is ridiculous. He offers some poke for ranged champions if he's going up against them. And I think there's some decent little ults that he can steal on this team between the Braum ult, the Sett ult, even the Ezreal ult. I think there's going to be opportunity for him to disrupt the team fights and really kind of give them a little bit of an advantage when they get into the fights.
Yeah, definitely. Sylas is just super strong, and then the Braum, again, he doesn't. I would actually argue that Braum wouldn't be the best pick here. I would have gone with something like a Nautilus actually, just because I think it complements the team more. But you know what, Braum responding into Sylas could be useful because if Sylas steals Sejuani, he can shield that. So Sejuani's ult, sorry, and Corki. That's really interesting.
I've been seeing a lot of Corki into Sylas. It doesn't always work well, I won't lie, but I have been seeing a lot of Corki into Sylas. He's ranged into a melee. He has great disengage with the Valkyrie, and he's got some decent poke with his R. So he's able to kind of counter the Sylas a little bit. I don't want to say counter per se, but he is able to play really well into the Sylas and have some disengage from his abilities and his kit.
Yeah, and on top of that, I have to argue that Corki is quite a good champion that gels with the overall team comp of TST with the champion selected before him. With the package, he's just another dive champion. He can dive into the backline, deal a crap ton of damage with his with that passive trail damage that he deals, and I think he fits very nicely like a smooth puzzle into the team comp of TST. And on the other hand, the Camille with the Sylas, Kai'Sa, Calm, and Volibear. It is also a dive comp on the side of bad, I'd argue, with the Volibear, Camille, and Kai'Sa. And Sylas can be used pretty versatile, and Karma as well. She can be used in versatile ways, but I'm arguing that this is almost like two dive comps diving into each other.
You've got the Camille, the Sylas, the Kai'Sa, even the Volibear, who all just want to hop in there and make some things happen, put out their damage. And you've got the Sett, the Braum, the Corki, the Sejuani, who all want to do the same thing, and the Ezreal, who can follow up on it. If we're looking at front-to-back team fighting, though, I think TST has a little bit of the upper hand. They've got two good, solid tanks in front. Braum can do an incredible job of blocking the Karma Q, the Kai'Sa W. Sett can do an incredible job of soaking up damage as well. But you've also got two very good solid. My only real big complaint about that team is I wish they had a more AP heavy DPS. But you do have Corki, who's basically another ADC. So even if a team fight goes poorly and Ezreal's taken out of the game, or vice versa, you've basically got two ADCs on that team, which is kind of a nice trade-off, right? You can afford to play around the map a little bit more. You can afford to make some sacrifices if you need to, and you still have another damage output that's going to just pump out damage the entire time.
Yeah. Got to agree with you that TST look like they have the upper hand into this game with their team comp. Their draft does look like to be the stronger draft from the outs. Yeah, I agree that the lack of AP damage could be an issue. Though they do get some AP from Corki, his hybrid damage, but I could see bad coming out with the win here if they can play for their win condition. If they can use the Camille, kill one of these carries, because the problem is if one of these carries go down, TST have a lot less damage than Bad do. They have Kai'Sa, Sylas, Camille, even Volibear does a lot of damage in these mid game fights. So I'm going to argue that TST, they might have the overall better comp, but that's only if they play it perfectly. If they don't get Ezreal and Corki killed instantly, and they can keep them alive to deal enough DPS to win out the fight. Because if Bad does it, if Bad assassinates Ezreal, Corki, Bad uses Camille, Sylas to kill one of those two, they're winning that fight, even if it's a 4v4. Just more damage on the side of Bad,
No, it's a very good point. And they're really mobile on the side of Bad. You've got the Camille who can just dive in there. You've got the Sylas who can get in there. You've got the Volibear who can jump in and shut things down. There's a lot of potential coming out of that side to just get onto the backline as well. So I'm really excited to see how these teams decide to play everything out.
Yeah, we're going to see the if these two teams can use their win conditions that they've drafted and win this game. They have clear win conditions. I would argue that Bad have a slightly stronger early game than TST, just because Corki does take a little bit to get into third gear and to get a bit of strength. So we could see Bad come out on top with the first couple of Drakes. But Sylas, he's also a scaling beast, just like Corki, I'd argue. So it's had pretty even. Both team comps look pretty even to me. Both have their advantages and disadvantages. But if I'm going to have to pick one I actually favor, overall now re-looking at it and assessing the situation, I'm going to go with Bad. In fact, I actually prefer their team comp.
So that's it. You're going to vote for Bad? Okay, I'll take TST. I think they've got a good, solid team there. Like I said, I love that they have just a good, solid front line that'll allow Corki and Ezreal to output damage.
Yeah.
So as long as they can hold off the Camille, the Sylas, and stop them from getting onto the back line, I think they've got a good, solid chance at winning through the fights.
Yeah, like I can see definitely Bad's win condition. I mean, TST's win condition with the Ezreal Corki. And if Sett lands a massive W as well, like that's huge. But I can see Bad with using the Camille instantly killing one of those two, Corki, Ezreal, and then boom, they just win. Like what is Corki gonna do when Camille presses R on him? Nothing. He just dies. At least that's what it's gonna look like to me.
Unless he's got intuition and hits that Valkyrie out of there first. But no, he's still gonna have.
Yeah. Go on.
I was reading some of the comments in the chat and everything. So we've got people saying that Corki's passive converts damage over to 80% AP, and we've got also people saying that Bad's team looks pretty good. Sick comp for them. A lot of dive potential. So I was reading some of the comments in there. So yeah, they do have a lot of dive potential, but if the Sett and the Braum and the Sejuani can do what they're supposed to do and basically be a meat shield for the Corki and the Ezreal, dive potential doesn't matter because they're not going to get blown up. So as long as they can provide the right kind of peel for them, whether Sett's pulling somebody off, whether they're stacking the Braum passive, whether Sejuani's able to lock somebody up with her passive even, they've got the ability to stop those dive comps.
I still reckon TST is, if in an isolated world where both teams play their comps perfectly, TST wins, right? But in a realistic world where this is Platinum Elo and low diamond, there's going to be mistakes, there's going to be misplays, and the comp, in my opinion, which allows for mistakes and is more comforting of those mistakes is Bad's. So I think Bad is going to be the ones to take advantage and probably come out with the win here. So yeah, I'm going to be voting for Bad, as I said earlier. You're going for TST, so we'll see who is correct after this first game.
And the stage is set. Both teams are currently loading into the game. We've got about a 3-minute delay for integrity purposes, where we're going to continue to turn this conversation. If you haven't done it yet, though, hit the follow button. I'd love to have a little bit of support here. We do this almost every day of the week. And, thank you very much for tuning in. This is going to be TSEA Twente versus Baladia. Sorry.
Baladia.
I'm from America. I don't know how to pronounce these things.
Yeah.
I apologize.
I don't know how to pronounce them either, but we can take Baladia or Baladia. We'll go with that.
Baladia. That's my fault. I apologize sincerely to both teams for screwing that up. But yeah, so looking at the matchups and everything else, we've got the Camille going into the set, not the Volibear. The Volibear is going to be put in the jungle. I feel like Camille has some mobility, but Sett is just so strong right now. I want to give the head nod to Sett there for that matchup.
Yeah. Well, Camille is a champion notoriously when played to a full potential. She really is a disgusting beast. She can beat almost anybody. Even I've been on the end of a good Camille as Jax, and I've lost lane. So it's. The skill is really the determining factor of who's going to win the 1v1 duel in the top lane, I would argue. And this is the same case with Sett versus Camille, I reckon. So it's going to come down to who's the better player, I reckon.
And then
if there's no jungle intervention.
Yeah, I mean, juggle is always going to be a huge factor if somebody's overextended and you've got Sejuani or the Volibear that just runs up and makes something happen. Speaking of Sejuani and Volibear, I like the Volibear pick into the Sejuani. I think it's a nice bit of damage. He's still a bruiser though, but his ult is allowing for a lot of potential to dive and make things happen across the map. So I think it's a good answer to the Sejuani there.
And just another thing is, they're bad locked in Karma. Who's going to be building the anti-shield item? I don't remember the name of it now. On TST, could Sett build that item? Will Ezreal build that item? Because someone's going to build that item because the shielding that comes out from Karma in the late game is absolutely disgusting. She doesn't need to do anything. She just presses Mantra E and she wins.
I mean, it gives everybody movement speed. It gives a huge shield.
You've
got to come up with an answer for that. Otherwise, the utility for her in a team fight is just unreal. And we're going to go ahead and get loaded into the game real quickly here. Everybody just hang tight while that pulls up.
Excellent.
And there we go. Teleport on all of our solo laners, so everything looks good there. Both supports with Ignite. Both ADCs going exhaust over heal.
Interesting. Yeah, well, that's smart just because of the dive that they have.
For sure. I like the respect they're given so that they're able to make things happen that way and give some self-peel as opposed to having to worry about...
I'm just gonna pause it at 1 second for you. When it goes to that. Oh, we'll do it at 2 seconds. 2 seconds, all right?
Okay, I haven't quite loaded up yet, so bear with me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm at 2 seconds waiting. Don't count down. Yeah, so we'll see who wins this game. I think it's going to be also relying on the early game. Whatever team wins this early game is going to snowball that into a huge lead. So we'll see.
Definitely agree. If somebody gets ahead in the early game, especially if it's one of the solo laners like Camille or Sylas that's able to roam and spread that gold lead around, if Sylas can get ahead and then roam down to bot side, or if Camille can get ahead and roam down and help Sylas get a kill in mid, I think that's going to be huge there. But Corki can also do the same thing, and he has a lot of push potential with his wave, with his lane. So I'm excited to see how this breaks down.
Definitely. Okay. Are you loaded in? Or is it still taking...
There we go. Things? And so I'm paused at 2, 1,
okay.
2, 3. There we go. And so everybody's loading in. Looking to see if I see anything crazy here in the buys. Not really. We got the Dark Seal on Sylas. We've got the Chilling Spike coming out for... Volibear, and the Challenging Smite coming out for Sejuani.
Yeah, it's just looking very standard, and looks like blue team. Sorry, I'm just confused. TST are gonna go for this cheese, and oh no, he doesn't know.
Camille gets hit with the passive. There's some damage. It's stacking up. She's locked down, but she's able to use her E to get away. Really well played from her.
That's really poor from... No, I'm going to have to disagree. That's really poor from Sugarblood. He needs to be standing outside of the tri-bush in the river there. That's, that's a very old age trick,
I like that he was able to get away, though. Like, he got... Even though he got stunned up, he was able to still get out of there without blowing his flash or anything.
Yeah.
Which is not bad. But yes, he should have had a better visibility there and seen what was going on.
Yeah. Normally, as a top laner for that, you've got to stand outside of the tri-bush because of that exact situation that just happened. He's just lucky he played Camille and he didn't level up any other ability, and he leveled up his E when he had to, obviously. And because if it was any other top laner, he had to use a flash or he was dead.
Oh yeah, no, he would have certainly been dead if it was anybody else.
Correct. But yeah, off to a pretty good start, I'd say. TST, they're going to be happy with that. Just, showing some force. Early on in the game, and both junglers just going to do a standard bot leash, and we're going to have a good level 3 fight for the scuttle, and I'm pretty confident that Baladia has the advantage, especially for that level 3 fight if the Sylas gets priority, but generally Camille does lose level 1 trades against Sett and level 2 trades, but we'll see how it plays out.
And Sett is just so strong right now in lane that he can just, he's already pushing it in. There's not much she can do to answer that, especially since she had to take her E first.
Well, actually, you know, Sett is doing a pretty rapid push here. He wants to, he should try and slow this down, because if he crashes the second wave, it won't be good for him, but he manages not to crash it, so he can crash the third wave, which is a top laner's dream scenario for the scuttle. And we're gonna see Volibear. No, he's nice grab from the Sylas.
Corki has to flash away just to stay alive there.
Yeah, so much damage coming out from the Sylas, and that's a flash burnt from Corki. The TP2 is going to be burnt, and Sylas has priority. And you know, Sett, he's gonna do the sneaky beaky cheater recall. But overall, I would argue that Baladia right now are in a very good position for this Scuttle Crab. Sylas needs to shove this wave and start running up.
Yep,
just
there
start
he
running,
goes.
Man. There he goes.
The fight turning around, the stun lands onto the Sejuani. Damage coming down, the Sett lands on, she has to flash away. And she will smite just to stay alive in the fight. Now we've got a 3v2. But Volibear is going to take a lot of damage, and the first blood will go over to Sett, killing the Volibear. We've got the Sylas falling now, and there's the Camille. That's a 3-for-0 trade in favor of TSA, of TST.
How did it go so bad?
Everything looked like it was going their way. They had the numbers advantage there. They had the drop on the Sejuani, but it just turned around and it did not go well for them.
I think they just got too greedy there.
Yeah, they chased too deep and tried to get that Sejuani. She flashed away, and then the next thing you know, she smited to get some extra health, and she was right back in the fight.
You know, Sylas shouldn't have gone over that wall and gone for the Sejuani. You know, obviously maybe they called it, maybe somebody made the call, and in the moment he felt like it was possible, but you know, Baladia had everything going for them that fight. It just, you know, they must be gutted right now because they at least they get one scuttle, but you know, they have a 2-kill on Sett top, and he's bullying Camille. You know,
I was about to say those kills went exactly where you want them to. The solo laner's got all that gold. Corki coming back with a nice buy, 2 long swords, his dagger. He's almost to his noon quiver if that's what he's going for. And Sett, once he gets a chance to back after this, he's going to be setting on a pretty penny as well.
Yeah. That was just... Now, Sett also has double buff here, you know. Sugarflow should not even step up in that range of the E because he just does so much damage, especially this early with a double buff. He could just, you know, beat the shit out of her, really. And he's looking for it, you know. He's eyeing for that moment just to beat her head in. And, right now, TST, a nice lead early on. Baladia can still, you know, and cancel this deficit. But we have to see something either on the other side of the map or maybe a counter punch in the top lane. But look at Volibear. Look at mid. He's not on the water or anything. They could go for something there. In the mid lane.
Good call out. Thank you for letting me know. Somebody in the chat was telling me just to change the screen real quickly. Decent little trading going on top side here, but still. Oh, Volibear's in the area. Waiting for this set to go in. The slow lands. And they've got him out of position. He R's back to get out of there. She has to flash away. The Haymaker lands, the pull comes through.
Look at Corki.
And it's going to be the Volibear that falls there. Corki coming in. Sylas here. Camille falls again, and this is going to be another... This could be another 3-0 trade in favor of TST. Yes. The top half of this map is not doing great right now. They're trying to make coordinated roams. They're trying to make things happen, but they are just falling into a pit of death every time with this top lane.
Jesus Christ, they died 6 times in 6 minutes. That's a pretty bad start, you know, like, what do you do now on the side of Baladia? You've just given out so much gold to Corki and to Sett. You know, they do have shutdowns on them, but you have to try and claw something back.
I mean, honestly,
like we're gonna
if you're the Volibear, I would start focusing on bot side at this point. I would let top lane just do its thing. Try not to let it snowball too crazy. If there's an open gank to take, do it. But otherwise, I'd focus on trying to get that Kai'Sa, because everything's relatively equal on the bot side. Try and get that Kai'Sa big, and that's basically what your win condition is now.
Yeah, yeah.
And that'll be the.
I don't know.
That'll be the mountain drake going over to Baladia, so they've at least got some objectives going for them, but they find themselves down almost 3,500 gold. Oh no.
Happening again.
There's the Sejuani, lands the stun. She manages to get out of there, but the ult lands, and that's going to be another kill going over to the side of TST.
Very nice from Sejuani. They're holding her glacial prison just until Camille had to use it. Escape, yeah. You know, very, very smart. You know, just playing with the monitor on, it seems. She saved that key ability and she got the kill because of it. And yeah, it's looking now at this point. You know, they did get the Mountain Drake, but they're at a 5k gold deficit, 4.5k, sorry, gold deficit. It's only 8 minutes in, and Volibear needs to be looking to do something on the bot side of the map or in the mid and try and pull something back.
Especially with how far pushed up they are and where his position is. He can make something happen right around now if he gets in there, but they're going to start to back off, and they've got vision in the area.
Look at something's happening in the bot lane now.
Yep, there it is. The Volibear's coming through. TST able to disengage there.
Ooh, Camille canceled the Sett TP. Very nice.
And now Sejuani's roaming in the area. They might be looking to make something happen again.
Sett's really low. I don't know about this.
There's the Rift Herald. Sejuani's taking some turret shots. And, oh, she's going to get stuck up and she will fall. The Camille is able to get a trade kill over onto the Sejuani. And the Camille is still alive, defending that topside turret even after the Rift Herald drops.
Big shield there, you know. Her Hextech protocol, I think it's called. You know, that shield is a massive, and the shield she got is just such a massive bonus. And Sett's going for a dive again.
Oh, and he's going to take one extra turret shot he didn't want to take. It's relatively even. She was able to just barely stay alive. Look at Camille. Camille doesn't know whether she wants to attack or stay in lane. She's like,
She lands a stun, she kills him. She misses the stun, she dies.
Exactly. And it's a weird position. If his
haymaker's up, she dies as well. So it's I think just back. Yep, you got something out of it. Back and live to fight another day. You know. And you know, now if you're Volibear, you know, you just know that Sett uses flash. You have Camille who can set up a beautiful gank for you. Stay, get your red buff and go top and try and help Camille get a kill, get some shutdown gold, you know, because that's gonna be instrumental in bringing this game back.
That's the opportunity that you're looking for. Try and get top back into this game. Because
that's a flashless Sett with a Camille stun. He's pretty much dead meat, right? Even though Sejuani is topside right now, I still think Volley now, instead of, you should back at his item and come shadow Camille's lane, because that looks like where there's a lot of gold, 300 gold shutdown, and flashless Sett with the amount of CC they have. It's practically a free kill, but look at Corki.
There it is. Corki's in the area, uses a special pack to get to go. The dash misses, and she's going to get blown up by the Corki.
Yeah, very good. It's having a rough game out of you. Just, you know, that distance is so far. You have to. I would have gone for the shorter wall. Even then,
very good roam from the Corki.
Very good roam, yeah.
And some people are bringing up, look at the itemization. So if we look, Sett already has the Gore Drinker. Sejuani is already sitting on her Frostfire. So like, there's a lot of itemization coming out from the side of TST that even if Camille and Volibear try to make something happen, I don't know it goes the best for them anyways.
We got a 4v2 here. This could be something.
And that's going to be Braum falling over the side of Bad, making sure that they're able to get a kill there. And they're going to chase down the Ezreal. He has to Arcane Shift out of the Volibear ult, and he is able to survive. Now we've got a two-man dive going on the Camille. She's able to trade over a kill onto the Sejuani. And that Sett taking some damage. Yeah, she was.
Keep going.
That's a big shutdown. She was on the hunt right there, but she's going to prioritize getting some CS and saving that turret. The slow lands.
She should just go for that there. You know, he does Gold Drinker, yeah, but I don't know. Like, I think she could probably win it. You know, take the risk, take the 50-50. What's the worst case?
Corki roaming up. It's going to be a 4v2 here. The Sett dives through, is able to get the kill onto the Volibear, but the Corki will fall. Now it's a 2v1 as the side of Bad is chasing a 3v1 as Karma joins the fight now. They're chasing down the Sett. Sett isn't able to get away. There's the Braum ult coming through. And Sett's putting some damage out. He's still alive. He might be able to win this trade. And that's going to be the Camille that falls. That's going to be the Sylas that falls. The Braum is able to lock up that kill. And now you've got the Sejuani chasing down the Karma. She's going to try and stun up the Sejuani and barely get away. But still, that is a 2-for-2 trade across the map.
Anti-heal. Jesus, they need some anti-heal. Sett just healed his entire health bar back in one sweep of gold drink and a couple punches. That dude's back to half HP.
Yeah, that Sett was crazy healing throughout that fight. Yeah. I did not expect that. I thought he was going to fall during everything, but he manages to lock down a kill and continue to pump out damage, all with not dying. He's at 5-0-6 now. He's in a really good position for this map.
Yeah, Sett is just really strong right now. Just not only is he strong in this game, he's strong in the meta. I'd argue he's probably picked Ban actually. He's just so even in the hands of just the average person, like even like how he Sett is so strong. Like you don't need to be very skilled to be good with him. You just punch. You press forward.
You punch things. Yeah, you haymaker. You pull somebody in your arm. Like that's the kid.
Yeah, incredibly strong overall. And we're seeing Camille just get championed, I'd argue, this game. Especially now, even though she isn't that behind, because she's gotten a few sneaky kills because they've been diving her. Sett is just so much stronger as a champion overall than Camille, it seems, just based upon these fights. Like he can survive so much more longer and deal out just so much more damage. And Sylas, I think he's caught out there.
Oh, and Sylas is going to get caught out. You're right. There's 3 people in on him. Stun comes through. He's able to steal the Sett ult and try and get out of there, but he will fall.
Looks like they're trying to get a counter punch in the bot lane.
Teleport coming through. The flash coming out of both the Karma and the Kai'Sa.
Sejuani's there though. They're going to chase.
Yeah, they've got 4 members. Teleport coming in now. There's the Volibear trying to disrupt everything, but he's going to get beat up. Now Camille finds herself in she's able to lock up the kill on the Braum.
So much damage.
She's going to get the kill onto the Ezreal. She will get popped by the Corki, and now that's the Kai'Sa falling. It's a 3-for-2 kill, and it's a 3-for-2 trade in favor of TST.
Yeah, that was really nice by both teams, I'd argue. But end of the day, TST just doesn't have the gold, and they had the numbers disadvantage that fight. Not TST, sorry, Baladia doesn't have the gold or the numbers advantage that fight, so they just couldn't keep up. But good TP from Camille, getting those 2 kills.
I was going to say, Camille's starting to get to the point where we need her to, but she's really the only one on this team that's actually getting kills, getting some gold. Everybody else, you just feel that they're behind. Camille's the only one that you feel like she's able to output damage at this point.
Yeah. It is. We said earlier, the top lanes were going to be instrumental to this game, just because of their early damage output and their ability to scale, to snowball a game into the win. So, yeah, even though Camille, she died a lot, but she's still quite strong. She's only 10 CS away from Sett, and she's got shutdown gold in her. She's a few components apart, but I could see see Camille making a big difference the next team fight as well.
Yeah, if she's able to pick the right fight, maybe with Sett not there, if she can get into the Ezreal and try and get some damage there on a team fight, she's got a lot of potential.
Yeah, definitely. She could definitely one-shot Camille if she gets on him. Very, very easily. I mean, not Camille, sorry. She can definitely one-shot Corki if she gets on him.
For sure. Oh, there's the special package Valkyrie coming through.
Yeah, that was interesting.
It was enough to push him off and get the turret, I guess, if that's what we're looking for. And that's going to be first turret. Not first turret. That's going to be the 3rd turret going over to the side of TST. Sett finds himself in... I was about to say, he gets caught out, a little damage come through, but nothing going to come of it.
TST, Baladia do have a lot of damage. They could get someone like they said there. They need to start building anti-heal. I don't see a single anti-heal item on the side of Baladia, just looking at their items now. They got to build anti-heal. I don't know which one of them is going to build it, but they need to, just because of this Sett. He's going to be such a menace without Grievous wounded on him. And yes, it's looking a little bit tricky for Baladia for this next objective, which is going to be the Fire Drake as well, the Infernal Drake, and they definitely want to get this. Third Drake is usually very important because it sets the tone for the rest of the game, of which the tempo, I'd argue. Sorry.
No,
it
definitely sets the tempo, and it's going to give them a little bit of an advantage right now. Both, all things equal, you've got both teams with Herald, not Herald. You've got both teams with Drakes right now, and so if Baladia can get a Infernal with the Mountain, I love that setup, and I'd love to see them stack 3 Infernals on their way to get Soul.
Yeah,
that would be a huge momentum for them. They're still down about 6,000, but they've been down 6,000 for a couple minutes now. So they're doing a good job of at least stopping the bleeding and not letting that gold difference get too big at this point. So they've certainly still got some chance.
The thing is, as we said at the beginning of the game, TSD have 2 carries, which is Corki, Ezreal. Right now, Ezreal is not carrying. Sett and Corki are the 2 trying to carry this game. But, they might go for a fight here.
There's a fight breaking down. The smite comes down onto the Sett. The ult comes out from Camille, and they're able to lock down the Sett. Sylas gets the shutdown gold.
That's huge. That's huge. Baladia, they're getting that Sett. That's massive. They should be able to secure this Drake, and that should be the tides turning for Baladia.
Oh, Corki is able to steal the Drake.
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
Did Volibear not have smite?
He did have smite. He did have smite. You can see he just used it a couple seconds ago.
Did he?
Yeah.
Or did he? Oh, he did. Oh.
That's.
They give you 900 damage. They changed it. You do 900 damage now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Talk about taking the wind out of your sails.
Bro, if they got that would have been massive. They got the huge Sett shutdown gold. And if they got the Infernal, I would argue that the game had turned to the side of Baladia, in fact. Just because, as I was saying earlier, Sett is the guy with all the gold. If he dies or if he makes a mistake, TSD are left with only Corki to fend, and Corki with no Sett is nothing. Because he needs Sett to save his
Volibear
skin.
finds himself out of position there. He's just trying to walk in his own jungle, and that apparently was the wrong call. He is still alive, though. Getting some slows. The stun lands from the Braum passive, and he's going to fall down to the Sejuani.
Oh, jeez.
Somebody's bringing up Volley did smite Sett. So that's what happened. Volley
I thought that's what
Sett
happened,
in the fight. That was my fault.
Yeah, I thought that's what happened.
Yes, he did. They were doing the chase. He did it to get the slow off on him. They managed to kill him, but he didn't have smite for the fight. That's a good call out, TST.
Yeah. And now, because of that, not only are the winds kicked out of their sail, they can respond, even though they lost. I wouldn't say lost that fight hard, but they lost the Drake skirmish. That doesn't matter. They respond with getting 2 towers. Or 1 tower, sorry.
Yeah,
and a kill.
They managed to lose Sett, give over a lot of shutdown gold over to the Sylas, and what do they get for it? They're able to respond and take 2 turrets and the Drake. And now this side of Baladia is having to roam together in like 2 to 3 man groups throughout the jungle just to be able to do simple things like clear wards and stuff because of how much respect needs to be given to just a single member of the team.
Definitely, yeah. Right now it's just looking very annoying for Baladia. They're down even further and going out down 8k, and Sylas could be caught there. No, he gets away. But they're setting up a Baron, TST. They do have good control, and they've sent the Rift Herald bots, and Camille has to take care of that.
And they're all just sitting on vision, which is the unfortunate part.
Yeah. And, once she gets that Herald, they're probably just going to start Baron right away. If I'm Camille, I'm just thinking, slap this one more time in TP.
Yep.
Unless they plan on giving the Baron. And it looks like, I think Volibear could steal this if he just takes the risk, yeah. He should just try and steal that.
His R is up. He's going to go in there. Damage comes down. Oh!
Ezreal manages to secure it, and that's big for the side of TST.
If I'm not mistaken, it looked like somebody smited just a hair early when it was at like 9 something, and there was maybe like 50 damage left on it after the smite, and Ezreal was able to lock it up. I wish I had the ability to do instant replay because I would love to see what have happened there.
Yeah, that was really big on the side of TST using the Ezreal to secure that Baron. That's those spy fights are known to be so turbulent and 50-50. You can't really blame the jungle if he misses that smite because it's just luck. I'd argue. But
And we
Sett, he's caught out here.
we have Acerec telling us that he's going to give us an instant replay and check on it for us. Thank you for that. So there's a lot of damage coming down onto that Sett. He's still alive, trading out. He is literally 1v4ing before they're able to kill him. He's a very tanky boy, but he does ultimately fall, and that is that's a kill going over to the side of Baladia.
And Drake's going to be up in a few seconds, 40-ish seconds. TST need to start rotating. They can't be doing much. They do have Camille TP. They do have Sylas TP. But they don't want to give you this Drake away, because if they do, they're going to be put in such a difficult place to come back. Because if TST are on stall point, it's just, at that point, I'd argue it's over. Already, a team with Sol has like a 90% win rate to win the game. So if you're Baladia right now, you have to posture for this dragon and get this at all costs.
And hold on.
No missed smites.
Give me 1 second. So somebody put in the chat. So Volibear jumped in at 1890 on the Baron. TST stopped him from hitting Baron, burst down the volley. Volley desperate. Oh, look at that. Some damage coming out.
Just TP'd. Sett randomly TP'd to the base for some reason.
If it feels right, do it. That's going to be the Sylas falling on the side of Baladia. We've got TST chasing down now. Some damage coming through.
What was that by goddamn Roger? Dude just TP to the bottom tower of Baladia. It worked, but pretty random. Like, I think it was to get a good flank position, but I'm surprised he didn't just get bursted down in 1 second.
I mean, that Sett is so hard to kill with the Sterix and everything else on him. And this side of TST is just knocking on the front door, taking down turrets, taking down inhibs. They'll have double inhib, mid, and bot. And they're going to back off and go take themselves to soul point Drake. It looks like Bad is going to try and match that, but there's only so much they can do with the super minions going to be coming in that are spawned right now. They've got to hope that they can get in there and try and answer this quickly.
Yeah, but I don't think it's possible. Sylas is he's just trying to clear those waves, and the Drake is probably going to be gone before they can even step up to it. And
the fight coming down, Sett taking some more damage, but his Haymaker keeps him alive. The Infernal Drake goes over to the side of TST, and that's going to be a 3-for-0 trade in favor of 4-for-0 trade in favor. Oh, Kaisa barely alive. Not good. This is going to be the end of the game. There it is.
I think that's going to be it for the side of Baladia there. They just, failed to take their opportunities to come back into this game, and they had plenty of those opportunities. And Baladia are going to go down in the first game of the series. Very well played by TST. Deserve to win there.
Very good game. That Sett just got huge. That Corki got big. They empowered the rest of their team to do what they needed to, and that's going to be into game 1 in the series.
Yeah, that was a good game, but I'd have to argue Baladia was the reason. Like, Baladia lost this game. That makes sense, They lost it themselves. And TST just took advantage of that and won that game.
All right, everybody.
Good game either way.
Very good game. Thank you very much for tuning in. We've got game 2 coming up in the series, so stay tuned with us just a moment. All right, everybody, and thank you for staying tuned with us. We've got Game 2 of the series starting up here just a moment.
Yeah, here we go. Game 2. Gonna be hype. Can't wait for it.
And there it is. I was like, why can't I pull the game up? There it is.
All right.
And we're getting things underway. A Shaco ban coming through. It looks like the side of TST opting not to use their first ban. Don't know if that was on purpose or not, but hey.
No first ban from TST. That's very interesting.
No second ban.
No second ban. There must be some sort of bug going on. Obviously, the link is incorrect, something like that. Probably ask for a new draft link.
Let me see here. There we go. I got it. Ooh. So it looks like Shaco and Kled were the first two bans coming out of the side of Blue, and Thresh and Ezreal.
I don't get the Shaco ban. I'm going to say it again. I don't get the Shaco ban, man. Bro, like, if you play him support, just buy a trinket. Buy a red trinket. If you play him jungle, just invade him. It's like, he's like, I'm sorry, if you know how to beat a Shaco, like, you can just beat every Shaco. But if I understand the solo queue fears that he has instilled in so many players, so it makes sense why they're going to go ahead and ban.
And that's going to be the Anivia ban. No, I understand. Hey, listen. For me, Shaco puts a little fear in my heart because you never know where he's at. Even if you've got the wards, you don't know when you need to use them or when he's right behind you sometimes.
That's true. That's true.
And that's the Darius ban coming out. And we'll see Sett picked again.
By Baladia this time, though. I like that Baladia.
They're going to take that away from him.
Taking that pick. That pick is so strong, man. It's just like, just a stupidly strong champion. Needs to be nerfed to the ground. I don't like Sett, so that's what I'm saying, man. But it's good that they're picking it because TST having that Sett is the reason they lost that game.
Oh, for sure. I love the Leona pick. I love the Volibear pick. Great peel, great engage, great support. Love Leona. And if they pick the Diana here, that's another great team fighter that I like to see.
Interesting, yeah. The lady here going for a bit of a more balanced team, it seems. TSD, though, with the Volibear Leona, it's a very strong pairing, those two. Good CC, good dive, good team fight potential overall. But it's interesting that Baladia are going to go with the ADC pick, not the support. I would go with the support here just to match the Leona and not show what I'm going to lock in because TSD are going to go with the Tristana. And that's a soft counter against the Kai'Sa. So, it's an interesting start to the draft.
Yeah, you had an option to just counter the support there, not show your ADC, but maybe they also didn't want to risk having some bans come out on the fact that you've got Tristana picked, and now you don't have to worry about some of the, they keep banning this Kindred, even though the jungle has been shown.
I kind of, well, it could be Dynamite. I get it because they're going Volibear Leona, but like they just hovered the Morgana ban. Instead of picking Kai'Sa, you lock in Morgana. What does TST do with Volibear Leona? Nothing. They just do nothing. They're nothing. They wasted 2 picks pretty much.
They wasted 2 picks pretty much.
Sorry, what did you say?
Oh, I was just repeating what you said. I thought that was very funny. They wasted 2 picks basically. That's all they've done now.
But if they pick the Morgana, they're gonna go and ban it, right? The Morgana is just so strong against Leona Volibear. I wish they picked that third instead of Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa makes no sense to me. Like even Zaya makes more sense. It just Kai'Sa's a weak ADC overall right now. So picking a third when you don't have to against Leona Volibear, very weird. But we're gonna see what Bad have up their sleeve. They must have something because it seems to me
and the Sylas
banning mid lane, the Sylas and Kassadin stuff. Curious to see what they're gonna go for. Yeah.
The Dr. Mundo.
Harvard. I like that. I like that a lot. So strong, so tanky.
Very strong since the rework.
Very tough. And he just synergizes nicely into Leona Volibear's stat stick pretty much. And then you just run at people and just you do more damage than Incessant.
This could be
He's so strong.
this could be the answer they need for that set. At least they're going to try it.
Yeah, it could be the answer. Yeah, and Trundle, nice, very good into Mundo, good into Volibear and Leona. That's a nice pick. I really like that.
Yeah, I like his R being able to rip those stats away and make himself big and tanky. He's got nice engage with the pillar. And we're going to have the Gwen locked in as the final pick for the side of Baladia.
They're going to lock it in or they're hovering?
Oh, they're still no, they're still hovering. Good call. My bad. I thought it was locked in already. They swapped over
Go with
to
the Gwen.
Camille.
Don't do the Camille. Dude, go with the Gwen. Go with the Gwen. Do the Gwen. Don't do the Camille. I don't like. I don't think Camille is good here. I guess she has decent true damage, but Gwen is so strong right now, and her damage output and her tankiness. She's like a Sett 2.0 but AP, and the fact that they're going with the Camille instead of Gwen is kind of weird. So that's a Sett support, it seems.
Yeah, that's going to be a Sett support.
Wait, is it? Oh, I'm confused.
Wait, we've got Trundle and Diana, so we're
So
if I had to put my money down on where everybody's going, it would be Camille, Trundle, Diana, Kai'Sa Sett, top to bottom.
Yeah, I think that's how it's going to go as well. It's really weird, but yeah, I do like the Trundle pick a lot there. He just does so much damage. And the Corki, we didn't talk about the Corki, pulling it back out TST, served them well last game. And the issue with Corki, I reckon, with a lot of teams that they don't see it often. Who plays Corki? He's like 1% pick.
I've been seeing him pop up a lot more in the games that I've been casting the last week or so. I've been seeing Corki work his way back into the meta again.
Yeah, well, he's definitely a strong champion. He's just his pick rate is stupidly low. Yeah, just a quick search. Sure. It's a 2% pick rate. It's 2%. So you don't see Corki in solo queue. You don't get really practice it. You don't really understand how it works. Like you can play it, but you don't get often practice. Like you know how Yone works. You've seen in every game. You know how Thresh works. You can deal with these champions because you kind of know how they work. Corki, even though he's been in the game for 10 years, and yeah, you can read and know how it works. You don't get avid practice against the champion, so teams kind of play weirdly against it, you know? They just, I don't know, I see that it's strange. It's like a strange thing to deal with.
And here, the teams are picking in the client, so we're going to get to see where some of these champions go.
And yeah, Camille top at the moment, it seems. Sugarflow on this Camille again.
So that is going to be Camille top, Trundle in the jungle. And Diana mid, so we'll have the Sett and the Kai'Sa in the bot lane. Okay.
This morning, and we see.
I think Bad has the better team comp here again. I'd argue because the Trundle Sett Diana is super strong overall. The Kai'Sa is a bit weird, but I still think the Sett, Trundle, and the Diana are so good. But we have to see how it plays out. You know, I said the same thing last game, but execution was the deciding. Was the deciding factor last game. It wasn't really about the comp. Like your comp is meaningless when you die 6 times in 6 minutes. So we have to see.
That is a very good point, though. No, I mean it's a very good point. If you have the best comp in the world, if you have all of the top meta champions and everything, but you can't execute on it, it's just not the same.
Yeah, like it's just about the execution at the end of the day in this elo, because most players have a pretty similar skill level, and if you make a lot of mistakes or you give away lots of gold at the start, or you don't know how to end up a game even though you've got a lead, you know, I can see that. I can see the team with the worst comp winning, but yeah. What do you think? Who do you think has come out on top here in this game? This draft, sorry.
Yeah, no. Looking at the draft, I do really like Baladia's team though. I feel like that Trundle and that Sett, you've got great engage, you've got great access to the back line. Same thing with the Diana and the Camille. I think they have a good comp. If they can get that Kai'Sa to get big enough and to start out putting damage early, I think they can certainly make it work. That being said, You've also got a really solid team coming out of TST. I like the Volibear. I like the Mundo. Very good tank frontline champions there. You've got the Leona, who offers great peel and engage. Tristana, who just wants to push and roam. And Corki, who wants to push and roam. So you've got a lot of roam potential out of both those lanes, out of that whole team. So I'm excited to see how they execute on it. I think that's what it's going to come down to. Which is exactly what you said. If they can execute on their draft and make it so that that Sett's able to empower the Kai'Sa, that the Diana is able to try and roam down for some fights on the bot side or help get that Camille big, even help the Trundle in a fight, then they've got a position where they can win. On the flip side, though, if that Leona locks up the Kai'Sa before the Sett can even do anything, and the Tristana is able to blast down the Kai'Sa, or if the Mundo is able to, hunt down the Camille and keep her off and stop her from getting CS and stop her from being, able to roam or anything else, then you've got a position where TST is in a winning favor. So I think it just depends on how well do they execute what they've got. What's the skill matchup look like? But if I'm being 100% honest, I want to go with Baladia for this game.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Baladia as well. I think Baladia have it just because they lost the last game, and now they want to show that they're worthy of trash talking TST in general. Because if they lose this one, I better not be spammed on Discord every day seeing these two teams going at each other. Because
this will certainly put an end to the trash talk.
Sorry.
I said this would certainly put an end to the trash talk, or maybe if they go 1-1 here, it might just get it going.
No. If they go 1-1, it's going to keep going
forever.
So Bad need to win this. Talk back against TST, but I think Bad have to just play this game better. They got to play it smarter, play it safer. That huge fight early.
Two of those fights. They had that one fight go bad top side, and then they did the exact same thing again top side.
Instead of just taking the Sejuani flash and going to double scumbling her, like imagine this: he takes Sejuani's flash, he pings off Sylas, he double scuds Sejuani, he wins the game because Sejuani with being double scummed suffered. Life is hell. But instead they lost 6 kills in 6 minutes. So.
And that's just not how you want
that game to get started. We're repeating ourselves. Execution is everything. And that's how it is. I've said this I'm in the team as well. I've said this to my team many times. I believe draft diff is meaningless in our elo. Platinum, low diamond, like even mid diamond. I don't believe that draft is such an important factor. The execution is what is the number one thing that needs to be done. Obviously, drafts can make execution easier or harder. However, I would argue both teams here have a decent draft in their own right. And I reckon that overall, Baladia, if they execute their draft better, will win this.
And I've got Acerac telling me that if TST loses, he's going to have to flame them again. And we're going to go ahead and get loaded up into the game right now. So just stay here with us for another moment while we get everything loaded up.
I'm just going to get a quick water because I'm paused from all this discussion of these two teams. I'm going to pause at 2 seconds, all right? When you're ready, I'm ready.
I'm paused at 2 seconds as well.
Oh, you are paused? So you want to do 3, 2, 1, go. So you count it down?
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. And we're off to a start. The water can wait.
Hold on 1 second. Where are you at? Because I messed up the time.
I'm at 10 seconds.
Yep. Stay there for a second.
Yep.
Okay. I paused at 11.
1 second. Let me get to 11. All right.
3, 2, 1, go. Sorry about that. I didn't hit the play button right when I was supposed to.
All good. And we're in the game now.
And both teams are running out.
I'm going to sneak to get water. Hopefully they don't have a fight.
If anything happens, I'll let you know. I promise.
Let me know.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Okay, we're back.
And TST, I already hit you for you, so you don't see anything upcoming. I got you. Let's see here. Yeah, both teams kind of 5-pointing out, just making sure that nothing too crazy is going to happen this time.
Yeah, I'm happy that that the both teams did a solid 5-point, and that God damn it, Roger on the Mundo is in the correct position there outside of the tri-bush, because I see that too often. And yeah,
Yeah,
by sitting in the tri-bush as we
you
saw
were
last
mentioning
game.
that last game. Yeah, they just weren't in the right position, so they had to blow their E to get out of there and everything. But no, yeah, I'm excited for this game. I want to see who's able to execute on their draft better. I want to see if we're going to see a tie game in the series. I'm really looking forward to this.
So am I. And both junglers seem to be starting topside. Interesting. That means that we're going to have a nice 2v2 fight for the Scuttle. And also a 3v3 fight for the Scuttle if the
Bot lanes are able to roam up too.
Yeah. And I've got to think. I think this is a pretty even 2 bot lane. And Tristana is stronger than Kai'Sa, but Sett is stronger than Leona in the early stages of the game. So we have to see which of these 2 bot lanes win these early trades and set themselves up better for this Scuttle fight.
And I really like that they picked. I really like that they picked the Sett here and just flexed him down to the support role. I love seeing him in the game in the support role. I think he's a great support. He's a fun support. So I love that.
But that's a bit weird from DeMarco on Volibear. He does the Krugs and the Crows. You know, he's going to be late to that Scuttle unless he skips his entire bot side. Yeah, kind of a weird path. I'm not sure if that's the correct path on Volibear. I have no idea. But it seems to be a little bit slow.
I've been seeing a lot of the junglers do full side clears on the top or full side clears on the bottom, regardless of Scuttle, and just getting there a little late, knowing that somebody else is going to be working on it. So like, he looks like he's going to go for Wolves though too. He might be doing a full clear and not worried about it and run top side for it. So I don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah, I don't know why they would do that, because I think they can still win the 2v2, the 3v3 in the bot lane. Corki as well is stronger than Diana after the early stage of the game. But no, he's gonna go for it, yeah. Here we go. A bit of posturing.
Oh. Yeah, that Trundle's got both buffs though. Here comes a fight. The pillar comes through. He's going to find himself out of position as the Corki comes in. He has to flash over the wall just to get out of there. And that is going to be the side of TST locking up that Scuttle on the bot side.
Yeah, that's really bad communication coming up inside of Baladia.
And Trundle just running top side to try and secure that, hopefully. But that's going to allow the volley to be able to get his bot side clear going and put the Trundle behind just a little bit right now.
Baladia should have, Emperor, I'm not sure if he did call it out, but he, no, but, Corki has to flash. That was nice from Emperor, getting the flash out from the Corki. I really like that early damage and trying to get some lead. And Corki, similar to last game, Lightbearer has to use his TP flash early on in the game. But I hope this time, Kakapa on the Trundle can make that, make him pay for that.
And here's the Trundle down. The pillar just barely missing.
Yeah, that was really close from Trundle there. He almost got the, I liked it. But look at the top lane. Look at this fight going on. Oh
yeah.
God, what was damage?
Mundo is just putting out the damage on her, but she's trading it back in, and he's stepping into wave now kind of early, and he's going to be taking some damage.
I think he would have lost that fight. She should have kept going. She had a level advantage.
I definitely think he would have lost that fight.
I think, I'm going to say this, I think that was a bit too safe from the side of Sugarfly. He had his level advantage, and he had a grasp. He probably would have won that fight. A bit of lack of matchup knowledge there, I would guess. Not knowing exactly how much Mundo can DPS out this early on. And Mundo's going to do a nice freeze there. Got the 4 creeps, and he can freeze the wave beautifully for Volibear. It's going to come now, and if Sugarflow decides to take his time and walk, but he gets spotted by the plant, which is nice. On the side of Baladia, so they know Volibear is at his Krugs. Trundle should just now react and go for this Infernal Drake. They know where Volibear is on Krugs.
Yeah, he's on the opposite side of the map.
Run there. And he could have bursted that down, I reckon. If Diana, she can get fire pretty quickly here. And second walk up. And they get the first Drake there, but he's going to just go back and set and do his top side. So, interesting reaction from Kakapa, but The game is looking pretty calm.
And here goes this Mundo. This Mundo is going in taking trades that I don't know make sense for him.
He has ultimate, so he could win that. Maybe
that's fair.
Oh no! Oh god!
Here it comes. Damage coming down. She has to flash to get away. He takes a turret shot, but he's feeling all right.
Trundle is there. He can use a blast cone. He should just start running, man. Just run, Trundle, run.
Trundle's in the area. He's coming up. It's like he heard you. Oh nope. He starts to back off as the Mundo is going to go ahead and back respectfully.
You know, if he just ran up, used the blast cone, and they went for it. I know there's a big wave that Camille has to deal with, but Mundo is so low.
I think he absolutely could have made
got a
it
flash
at that
out of
time.
that.
Yeah, especially if you communicate over to the Camille and have her tease in the area. I think they could have made that work.
Yeah, but they would have lost the Drake as a trade. But you know, end of the day, look at Volibear. He's hovering.
Yeah,
hovering.
Volibear's just chilling. He's coming, running in. The hop
Good
comes
flash.
out of Tristana. The teleport coming down from Diana, though. She's going to get in this fight. She's going to use her ult. That's going to be first blood going over to Sett. And now you've got the Leona. He's going to go ahead. That's going to be the kill going over to Diana. And that's going to be a 2-pro trade in favor of Baladia.
Good stuff coming out from the side of Baladia there. Good shit, I have to say. Reacting well to the Volibear. They got a bit of a zealous.
And look at this Mundo in the top lane. He is still just pumping out that damage onto the Camille.
So much damage from Mundo. You know, he's an assassin with 4,000 HP. But Baladia are going to get that Drake, which is beautiful. A nice bit of early damage, extra, and
this could be the kill. He had to flash just to get into the jump. Yep, not going to work. He flashed into the bush just to try and get out of vision, but he still falls. Camille's able to lock that kill up, and that's another kill going over to the side of Baladia.
Sugar Floor doing some king shit right there. I have to argue, you know, he had the balls to go back in. He didn't have them earlier, but this time he did, which I like to see. You know, sometimes you got to take those big balls trade, and you have to take a risk, you know, because if you don't, you're going to be stagnant. And yeah, Mundo has to use his TP now. And that was very good from the side of Baladia. Very good start overall. Playing this very well.
And very good solo kill coming out of the side of Camille into that Mundo. If you're Sugarflow, you're feeling kind of good right now.
Yeah, he's a king. If he's listening in right now, good stuff, brother. He's going to keep pushing that lead because, you know, I would argue, I think he feels he has to make amends for last game. It wasn't entirely his fault, but...
but he's certainly trying to say, I can do top, I promise.
Exactly. So, yeah, now look again, Mundo, no vision. He has no idea that Trundle is there. And, he could be caught out here.
And there's the pillar. Camille already in the area. PTA procced on them. That's the smite. Some damage coming down. They might be able to lock it up, but no, Volibear is going to turn the engage. He's got the R off.
Volibear, so much damage.
No, the Trundle flashed right before he died. That's got to feel bad. And now this Camille is going to get blown up. That's a 2-for-0 trade over to the side of TST. Oh, if that Trundle flashed just a hair too late. If he'd have flashed earlier and tried to put some distance, or if he would have just saved his flash, it would have felt a little bit better, but he ends up blowing it and dying.
You know, I have to argue. What is the communication like? You know, when Volibear was there, I think they should both just turn their attention to Volibear because...
Ooh, missed all on the Diana, and she also takes a turret shot and R and a little bit of damage from that.
Yeah, that was really peculiar. Because you saw both Sugarflow and Kakapa, they kind of just like looked at each other after Mundo kind of walked away. And
they kind of stopped in that bush like, do we go after the...
Do we go after the Mundo?
Do we turn on the Volibear?
Like, I was already screaming, go for the Volibear! As they were deciding.
But they also had themselves in a position where they got sandwiched between the two. And it was like, what do you do at this point? And it looks like the Herald taken by Volibear, just to point that out. He does have the Herald at this point, so we'll be watching to see what they want to do with that.
You know, you have two options with Herald. Usually you wait for Drake and you can use it as almost as a guaranteed Drake securer, or you use it just to get some plating onto a carry. Both options are good. And Drake will be up before plating runs out.
Yeah, they might be able to do both with him. He's going to be up in about 2 minutes, and they'll have about 30 seconds, a little bit more, to still get those Drakes on there.
Yeah, you know, Baladia are down 700 gold, but I have to say I really like the fact that they're playing aggressive. They're going for ganks. Trundle is being a lot more, you know, active this game, I'd argue, than last game. He's making more ganks. He's trying to do something in these earlier stages of the game because, Trundle has level advantage there.
And that's a good job of Camille to get out of there before she is blown up by the Mundo.
And that's a Corki package, ready to go, ready to be used. Against the bot lane of Baladia, so we're gonna see when he decides to use it. And yeah, Volibear, he has. Oh, look at this 4-man bot. Trundle's there though.
Trundle's there to answer. Volibear isn't going to do anything, and Corki has to go back to try and catch some of that wave so he doesn't lose too much gold to see us.
That's very. It's very thoughtful of Volibear not taking the risk there. Where I think if he was caught out earlier, he would have could have been picked off there on the side of Baladia. And the Drake's going to be up in less than a minute now. And he can put down Herald.
You've got both junglers hanging in the area. Everybody's kind of hovering mid besides these top laners. Neither one has teleport, so they won't be a factor in this fight likely.
Yeah, well, I think Camille's TP should be coming up soon. 46 seconds. It'll be close. Maybe if they delay, they can have the Camille there. And if they can secure this Drake, it'll be pretty massive. But Drake is there, and Leona could be caught.
Leona is caught. It's a 3v1, but she's able to get out of there. And you've
Package
got
on Corki. Oh, no package.
The Rift Herald comes down. The Leona will fall to the side of Sett. That's going to be a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Baladia. And that's going to be the Kai'Sa following up on it. She uses her art. She's trying to follow that. She is going to try and get the kill onto Volibear, but he will just manage to get away. Meanwhile, Tristana putting some work back into her.
She has a Buster Shot up. She could knock them away there. Maybe Insect Flash Buster Shot if she's nutty, but she doesn't take the risk. But very nice by Baladia. They're still down in gold, but they're going to get the second Drake there and get the kill onto Corki. And I'm liking Baladia this game. You know, much better from last game overall.
Much better.
It's looking like two different teams almost.
Yeah, it really is. Like, you can feel that they're in this game more. They've got 2 Drakes now. They're down less than 1,000 gold at this point. You've got members of the team getting gold, getting kills, playing for advantage. You've got the jungler being more active. It really does feel like a different team from the side of Baladia at this point.
Yeah. And looking at the gold graphs right now, most of the gold is on the most gold is on Mundo, followed by pretty close between Corki and Volibear. And even though Volibear does have it as a 1,000 gold lead on the Trundle, but nevertheless, there's a 1k 700 gold lead on the Kai'Sa over the Tristana. So right now, even though TST have an overall gold lead by 800, I'd argue effective gold. Sett also has a 1k gold lead over Leona. I'd argue Baladia have more effective gold because
it's put in the right spots at this point.
800 extra gold on Mundo is pretty, like what does it really achieve? Not much. Like gets you 2 ruby crystals, right? The component that builds into that. So even though, and they have the 2 Drakes, I'm going to say Baladia right now in a very good spot in this stage of the game.
For sure, I definitely agree. They want to try and answer back that mid-map pressure since they've only got one, since it's hanging on its last leg there and the top's taking some damage. So if they can respond and keep the objectives relatively even for turrets, I think they definitely still have a chance to answer back this game.
Most definitely. Look at that.
And there's some damage coming on. The ult comes through.
So much damage.
She has to flash just to stay alive there, and he's healing up like it's no big deal. This is the Mundo.
That healing is just ridiculous. And on top of that, his passive just negates her classic Camille hookshot stun. Well played there by Mundo.
Very well played by the Mundo.
And presses one button. That's the play.
But I mean, he did a good job though. Like that makes it so hard to trade with him because you think you've got the advantage, you think you're in a position to kill him, and then as the fight goes on, you realize you're the only one losing health here.
Both teams lane ganking. This is very interesting.
Okay, we've got the ult coming out from Leona. The Sett
2 TP.
The Haymaker does some damage. Kai'Sa's going to kill the Volibear. Now it's going to be a three-man team. That's going to be the Sett and the Leona falling. 2 for 1 in favor of Baladia at this point. 3 for 3 fight breaking down. Flash comes out and that's Corki getting blown up. Corki flashed to get a kill and he gets blown up there. You've got the Mundo getting chased down by the Diana. Tristana going to try and stay alive underneath of the turret. Mundo having to flash just to stay alive, and that is a 2 for 1 trade in favor of Baladia. They are putting us. They're up in gold now. They've switched it around. They're going to get first turret here, very likely.
Corki went sicko mid there, full reckless, 2019, 15, whatever it was, dashing forward, and getting instantly burst from Kai'Sa. That was pretty nuts. And
that's first turret gold going over to Kai'Sa. We've got a fight breaking down, but it's going to be the Kai'Sa bursting down the Mundo. And here is Leona. She's taking a lot of damage. She's likely going to fall here too. That's Kai'Sa getting another kill. Kai'Sa's 5-0 in this game.
Mental boom.
Corki coming out. Gets the kill on Kai'Sa. Turning it around, but Sett and Trundle are both in the area now. He gets pulled. He blows up the Trundle. Now you've got Volibear answering. This is a back and forth fight that's taking forever. We've got the stun coming down onto the Sett. The Haymaker lands. He's trying to put some damage onto the Corki, but nothing's going to do it, and he will die to the Corki. That is a 3 for 1 trade over in favor of TST.
That was good. Well played by TST.
Very good play.
Back into this game with that play. I was going to flame the absolute crap out of them for doing that, taking that 2v2 with Leona and Mundo, against a Trundle Kai'Sa. But it managed to work out in the end because Corki reached them in time, and they just didn't have enough lifesteal and enough health to pull themselves out of that. The Trundle, sorry.
No,
so
go ahead.
Yeah, very well played overall by TST there, using those two as almost bait and holding them there for just enough time for Corki to get a massive shutdown. That puts him ahead by 1.6k gold over the Diana. That's a massive gold lead he has right now. And he's looking scary if you're Baladia. You got to kill the Corki.
Corki is definitely in a good spot right now. He is setting at the same amount of gold that Kai'Sa is, so he's just as rich as she is now. And we've got another fight breaking out here in the Dragon River, Dragon River. There's the R coming out. Sett, the Diana R comes out. That's going to be Leona getting popped. We're going to see the Corki fall. Volibear's getting chased down. Mundo falls. Volibear falls. That's a 4 for 1 trade. If you are Baladia, you take that. That's a 3,000 gold advantage going right in their pockets. They're going to lock up the third Drake of the game, and they're going to also get their second turret. Baladia is coming to play.
Bro, and if you look in the chat, we're getting a bit of flame. I'm not sure if the chat is visible on the stream, but Kai'Sa hits him with the XD question mark. Corki responds with the calm down lad. That's a bit of flame.
I don't have the chat visible Kai'Sa, just in case they say something crazy.
That Kai'Sa was was smart to say that XD there because she just infested their minds with a bit of BM. And they must be tilted. They got absolutely outplayed in that 5v5 fight there. They got pulled in, then W, and then Leona whiffed her ult. Then Corki just did no damage and died instantly. And Mundo thought he was the Hulk and just got bursted down in 1 second. And they just got overall outplayed to the next level. And Kai'Sa popping off Mr. Kindred Rashud popped off that fight, and he was the catalyst for that victory. Same with the Diana. Oh, beautiful moonfall from the Diana, and a massive fight. And they got the dragon
moonfall from the Diana. Really well played. That Sett R into that Sett Haymaker into the Diana R, along with all the rest of it, just burst down that side. And like you said, Mundo thought he's the Hulk. He's the Hulk when he's 1v1 somebody in lane, but when you've got 4 members putting damage onto you, you can't sustain through that even if you're Mundo right now. You're only on 1 item in steel caps. You need to get a couple more items. You need to get a War Mogs, a Spirit Visage, a couple other things that are going to help increase that healing for you so that it's more effective before you start running into a whole team fight.
Hextech Championship boxing match when? When are we going to get a boxing match between these players and decide who's the real winner? Because there's a lot of trash talk in the background and what's going on, and so one day I hope to see these two teams duke it out in real life. Hopefully we can cost that as well.
And a TST member in the chat is saying Corki needs to do some serious 1v9ing at this point. And yeah,
Yes,
he's the win condition right now. You need him to start doing things. But here's Camille hovering around the area, making sure that wave won't push in. I thought she was going to try and catch the Mundo here and make a fight happen, but she's just going to back off a little bit.
She's a level down, so it's really tough. And Mundo could even look to dive there, but that Q damage is disgusting.
There's the ult. Some damage coming through. She needs to get some turret aggro onto him. Now you've got Trundle in the area. The pillar barely misses, but it's still going to be a flash out. There comes the Kai'Sa. There comes the Sett. There's the pull. He's able to miss all that CC, and he still falls.
All those flashes coming out. I don't know that was worth it. They had to burn 2 flashes there just to get the Mundo, but they're going to go for this push. Not even going to use the first charge with the Rift Herald, and they're going to trade, man. I was going to say they're going to trade the mid, and Tristana was going to get that, but no, she's going to do a loop-de-loop, I guess, and Diana's also in the bot lane.
Do a loop-de-loop?
Well, that's what it looks like. I don't know why she didn't just take a tower and trade.
No, she's trying to run back down to the fight. I don't know if that's the best choice in the world. They could have put all that pressure mid, but you also got Diana, who's working on that bot side turret now, and that's going to be a nice shift in favor of Baladia. They're up about 4K now, a little over. They've got 3 Drakes. They've got 2 more turrets. They've got 8-9 more kills.
What was that? Sorry, DeMarco just controlled one of the crows, bro. Oh. What was that? There's a wall right next to him. I guess he's doing the missions. He's trying to get his vision score up or something.
No, but you're in the spot right now where if you're Baladia, you're feeling very comfortable. You've just got to try and shut down that Corki in a team fight and then burn everybody else down. And they've been doing it. They've done it a couple times in a row now. They just need to keep it up. So really good playing coming out of the side of Baladia.
And Baladia are going to get the Cloud Soul if they get this next Drake, and that's huge, man. With Trundle and with Camille, that's a massive bonus. Same with Sett as well. You know, all of them benefit from Cloud Soul. And then it's about to be up in the list in a minute. They're going to just get vision control right now that they can.
And they're already doing it. They're setting up for it. They've got people in the area. Meanwhile, you've got Mundo and Volibear both backing. But you've got 4 members of the side of Baladia just in the river, going through the jungle, setting up some vision.
If you press X real quick, you can look at the gold. Baladia seem to be sitting on quite a lot of gold, you know, 500, 800, 700, 600. I'm not sure about that, you know. This fight is probably going to be the game-deciding fight if they take it here. Maybe not, they just might just give it. They might not think Sol is worth taking the risk for it. And they just might even trade for Baron, which would be a smart play to do if you're TST.
No, it looks like Volibear's hovering in there. Or what are they going to do? I'm trying to track it right now. You've got Volibear in the mid lane. He's there with Leona and the Tristana. And
they're going to go for the Baron. They're going to go for the Baron.
Meanwhile, Trundle's just going to lock down Sol, and the rest of the team is just going to roll up there. They might try and get a pick
here. Have no vision. Ooh.
Corki has to Valkyrie out. All 5 members trying to chase down this Diana. The ult comes down to Leona and misses. The E misses too. Oh. And that's going to be the Sol going over to the favor of Baladia, and TST is not able to get anything in response.
Tom Sonic having a shocking game right now on the Leona. You know, can't miss those ults, man. He has to land them because that's the only long-range engage they have. They haven't drafted long-range engage. You could argue Volibear Ultimate is long-range engage, but you know the real thing you need to catch them at is the Leona ult. You know, I think Nautilus would have been the pick here instead of Leona. They already have that like big ult CC with the Volibear. You know.
Oh, here comes some engage. They're going on to the Mundo. There's Diana coming through. Sett brings somebody back, and that's Volibear falling down. You've got Tristana hopping into it. Don't know what she was thinking. She'll fall. Camille bringing the fight back to them. She's going to ult down, lock that Corki up. Leona will fall. Corki's going to get burned. And now you've got Mundo. He is just getting chased down as well, and they're going to push to end, or at least get some, not push to end, but they're going to get some turret pressure off this.
And yeah, Mundo, the 5,000 HP tank running away kind of sums up this game. Oh,
what was the Tristana thinking there? She hopped into that enemy team and just, her death did not need to happen like that. That's rough.
Yeah, she had the Lee Sin syndrome. My mind's telling me no. My body.
My body's telling me yes.
Telling me yes. But no.
No,
his team is telling him no, and his coach is going to tell him no. And then the draft in the VOD review, they're just gonna be like, no.
And this Mundo, he's trying to
good
slow
for
everybody
TST,
down,
actually.
but yeah, TST's got
is
3
good for
healthy
TST.
members. They're
Yeah.
all tanky too.
Chase him down. Chase him down.
That's
Whoa,
the
landed.
Leona ult finally lands. That's Diana. She's able to blow her Zonias, but she'll probably fall there. There it is.
But that shutdown going on the Volibear, not really the person you want to put a shutdown gold on. There was nobody there really to get a shutdown gold onto. And there was no Corki, no Tristana. So, but you know, gold's a gold, kill's a kill. So it's better than nothing. And yeah, right now, Baladia in a very comfortable spot. You have to be thinking that right now Baladia, you know, it's their game to lose.
Absolutely. Even down on the map, they still feel comfortable right now, getting in position and getting ready to fight over this Baron. The Kai'Sa, 10-1-6, setting on 3 items, building into her 4th. She's already got Collector on there too, so she's a huge threat. The Tristana is only setting on 2 items, so she's got a huge advantage there. Yeah, this is going to be, I think, the game deciding moment right here.
Yeah, well, I think the smart move on the side of TST here is just to use Volibear to try and steal the Baron, take the 50-50 flip. If you do that, you can maybe pull this game back with the Baron buff. But taking a fight here is suicide. They just don't have enough damage. They misplayed previous fights, and now at this fight, even if they play it perfectly, I don't see them winning it. So playing with Volibear and trying to get him to steal this is probably the only prerogative that TST have. But we'll see what they'll do now.
Some damage coming down on the Baron. It's melted down to half of its health. Volibear might try and make something happen, but it's going to be Kai'Sa that locks it up. You've got the Volibear who's in the pit. He gets blown up. He's not in a position to do anything besides die there afterwards.
Yeah, that was just Volibear almost getting it. You know, it was a very close fight, and Kai'Sa securing it in the end. And Baladia should be looking at the can.
And they're going to march down. They're coming into mid now. They've got a wave. They've got the Baron Empowered minions. That's going to be the turret that's taking some damage here. They've got man advantage on the map. They're going to make some work, and that's Valkyrie just to get out of there.
Jeez, and now and actually they're going to go for the safe play and not take the not go for the end of the game there, which is quite smart because it could be a bit pushed up. But looking at the items now,
yeah, they've got lots of gold coming through.
Yeah, Kai'Sa almost got a full build. Trundle's got the chains. Camille working towards a full build. But Kai'Sa, the carry right now, with all the damage on her, she is 2 items away from a full build. But nevertheless, she's looking scary.
Well, and it looks like she might be going into Nashor's Tooth as well to get that W up and going.
Yeah, I like that. A bit of spice.
So I like what we're seeing here. We've got everybody in the area again.
Ooh,
We've got the making
nice
of another fight.
Baladia.
The pillar lands.
Sett's not there. Diana's not there. Don't take that fight. What are you doing? Yeah, good. Some be careful pings coming out. We're not there. So that was a risky and 1 minute to Dragon. Oh.
All right, the flash coming out of Mundo just to try and stay alive. You've got the Leona locked up in the Camille. She flashes over the wall to stay alive as well. You've got the Hunt going down. Diana's in the area. If there's no charge to protect him, Leona will fall. That's a
She's not even there.
That's a 4-man advantage. There goes the Mundo. There goes the Corki. There goes the Tristana, and Volibear will set in base, and it's going to be 1-for-1 this series.
Very, very good series. And Kindred should spamming some Mastery 7 emotes, flexing. He carried that game, and that's a very well played game on the side of Baladia. Hopefully, we can get some interviews with the teams and ask them what they think about that game.
Yeah, let's. I just want to do a quick post-game stat check on here. That gold on the Kai'Sa, 14,000. So she was very big, large, and in charge. The damage coming out of her,
and the damage. Look at some of that damage. Wow.
Yeah, Mundo and Corki doing a lot of damage, but they just had. They were really the only 2 damage dealers. Meanwhile, you've got a lot more even damage coming out of the side of the lady who were just able to win some of those fights over down.
Yeah, very. Diana just. I'm going to argue that Diana was the secret MVP there. Yeah, Kai'Sa was the damage, but Diana hitting those massive moonfalls was the MVP that game. the big part of the reason why they won those team fights, and overall they won the game because those team fights were the deciding factor.
Huge. And it looks like
we could either interview the team or
Yeah.
the MVPs.
So it looks like we've got Tom Sonic and Rashid wanting to do an interview. So let's go ahead and get that pulled up real quickly.
So let's go one at a time. Should we move Tom Sonic in?
Yeah. Tom, if you want to come
cool.
and join us in here.
I could just move him. Here we go.
Oh, you got that potential. Cool.
All right.
Yo, lads.
How you
What's
doing?
up, Tom?
I'm doing pretty all right.
Okay. So tell me, tell me a little bit about the first game. You guys ran through the side of Baladia that game. What were you feeling that game? What was your strategy going into the second game? And let's talk a little bit about that.
Our strategy was to first pick Sett and then can see what we can do, right? Because we can play him strong side in the top lane, but we can also play him support and see if we can play around that. So I feel like in the draft itself, we were in a pretty solid position and we could pretty easily outdraft the enemy. And I think that showed in like the first game, right? Because they have Kai'Sa Karma early, which is not going to do anything, and that's supposed to be their winning side. So yeah, we kind of stomped them on that, and then we just took the victory home.
Nice. And then where do you think you guys went wrong in the second game? Where did it start to fall for you?
So I actually think our game plan was pretty solid because we played through bot lane that game, and the first couple of minutes our wave management was really good, and we decided to go for a dive there, but our communication with teleports, etc., was just a little bit lacking. So they could teleport with the Diana, she got a lead there, we were late with the response, and yeah, from that point on, it was very hard for us to come back in the game. Still feel like we did an all right job, right, to stay in it a little bit, but it was at that point just fighting against the mountain rolling off us.
You know, I got to say, you guys played very well the first game, but the second game, you know, it was almost like the teams flipped in the way you guys played. But the early game was still very solid, and you could definitely see those foundations for a win. You know, there was some unluckiness that occurred, especially in those team fights. I think, you know, in team fights like that, the microcosms within a team fight are like which can decide it. It's just really, you know, it's unlucky, I would argue, because one whiffed Leona decides everything, and that's just, you know, what can you do? So yeah, I wouldn't feel too bad about game two. It just happens, you know. Same with game one, like on the side of bad, you know, some unluckiness can snowball into a loss.
That's very true. It's very true. I don't like to call it luck or something because I feel like it's skill, but definitely early games I feel like we excel on. I think every team should be extremely scared about that because we do everything right like the first couple of minutes, and then if it goes very well, we can snowball the game, and if it goes wrong, sometimes we have a bit of issues around it. You saw that this game.
Yeah. Any words to say to Baladia before we get them in here, do an interview with them? I know they're your arch enemies, your rivals.
I mean, there was a lot of shit back and forward, right? No, but it was all fun and games, right? And I think the best way to start a rivalry, because it's the start of one, is to go 1-1 in the series. And I think we played a pretty dominant game. They played a pretty dominant game. So I can't wait to meet them in playoffs and crush them.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Tom. And any more questions for him that you have, Charles?
No, thank you very much for joining us. Like I said, game one was incredible. Game two, like you said, you had a good start to the early game, just kind of fell away from you a little bit there. But a 1-1 series to get it started isn't a bad day at the office at all. Very good job this weekend.
Thank you very much. And in playoffs, we'll crush them, I promise you.
I hope to see it, man. I hope to see it because we're going to call you up on that.
Oh, good, man. Hey, have a great evening. Thank you for casting.
No problem, have a nice night. And let's get Kindred Rashid in here.
Hello?
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good. So, we just got done talking to Tom Sonic. We wanted to talk a little bit with you. First off, beautiful job on the Kai'Sa. Wonderful Kai'Sa gameplay out of you that second game. You were huge and instrumental throughout the team fights there. Just tell us a little bit to start off with how you felt the first game went, where you guys think you went wrong in the first game, and where you guys think you started to really get the snowball moving down the hill in the second game.
Well, the first game, as you can see, what happened was their strong side is their top side. We did not really respect that, and we kind of drafted a bad draft and a dive comp into their Braum. Braum and their Sett was kind of really annoying to play against. So we kind of fucked up when we played around top side, which we specifically said not to. But that's what changed in game 2. Game 2, we said, okay, stop playing around top side, play around their weakest link, which is their bot side, and boom, we win.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a really good play because we noticed that too. When you guys went topside the first half of game 1, you gave over 3 kills back to back within 6 minutes, and you felt that stack up for the side of TST, and they just kind of snowballed away from there. But then on the second game, you started getting that gold on you, and you could feel the difference that you were able to have in some of those team fights. And it really became noticeable. You played really well. The engages that you had following up on some of those kills, following people like Volibear, Leona, they have a lot of tanks, and you continue to follow up on them. Yeah, just really well played out of you. Zondis?
Overall, I gotta say, Baladia, I kind of didn't think you guys were gonna. I wanted you guys to win. That's the truth. I felt like you were the underdogs in this series overall. But
we're not the underdogs. We're gonna win this shit, man. What do you mean?
But the second game proved me wrong. Because you guys had a pretty dominant performance, and yeah, playing through bot lane seems to be your strength, your bot side at least, quite strong. But got to give respect to your Diana. Those ultimates were huge. If she
the Diana played really well, exceptionally well. Everyone played exceptionally well, except the top side. We'll not talk about the Camille that much.
Hey, Camille's a king. Camille's a king. He took some big ball plays that I have to respect.
Well, he can only take a beating. He can only take a beating. That's what he's good for. As you saw in game 1, as you saw in game 2, he's only good for a beating.
Yeah, well, he's beating and then he's getting beat, so that's good. He's a brawler.
Well, sometimes you need somebody.
Yeah, good enough.
Sometimes you need somebody on the team that just distracts them and takes a little bit of a beating, while people like you and the Diana can go through and run through the rest of the team. And
that's true.
Everybody has their role to play. But you guys did an incredible job. That game 2 looked really good. I loved that you started to go the Nashor's Tooth so that you had the AP building into your W and everything else. Like, you were doing a really great build. You were doing a really great job of playing through. And yeah, you guys did incredible that second game. Way to answer back and get this rivalry going 1-1. Do you have any messages for TST at this point?
Well, actually, Kindred, if you want to say something to Tom Sonic himself, I can bring him in here, man. If you have any choice words to say.
Oh, I would love that, actually. Get him in.
It's up to Tom Sonic and up to Charles. Do we want to have a bit of a discussion between the 2 team captains before we end the stream?
I mean, if they'd like to talk, I have no problem with that.
Well, that's the stream.
All right, well, here they go.
Let's ask the stream. Let's see what the viewers want.
So it's already done. I've already made the move. Tom Sonic.
Hello there.
Your enemy.
Oh, yo, what's up, man? Where's my enemy?
What happened?
Huh?
What happened to bot lane? I can't see.
You meant when you drafted your first game like utter shit and you lost to that. Or do you mean the second game?
No, I mean both games. You guys were trash.
Dude. Okay, he actually left.
And that was just a small preview to come of the future in Hextech Championships, which we're going to get way more trash talk. We're just going to have... I just wanted to give a little sneak peek of what's going to be like in the future. Sorry to cut them off, Charles, but I felt like it was going to get a little bit too heated.
No, I could feel it escalating quickly. Everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. But in the future,
we're gonna have them... They're gonna go at it in the waiting for interview. Oh god, that's funny. Yeah.
And everybody,
what do you think, Charles?
Oh, I think it was a great game. I'm excited to see these 2 teams go at it again.
Definitely.
I think they both played very well in their games that they won respectively. Like Rashid said, they needed to play towards their strong side and just ignore that top. The first game they didn't do it. The second game they did, and it obviously worked out well for them. They were able to execute on it. So I was happy to see what happened.
Yeah.
And I loved the games. It was a good little rivalry.
Yeah, they were great games. They were great games, and you could feel they were heated.
Yeah, I like the shit talking, going back and forth as well.
Yeah,
that was kind of fun.
Definitely. They're right now. If you look down in the Discord, you can see they're all there. 5v5 shit talk. But I'm not sure if it's streamer friendly, so we'll leave them to it.
Let your minds wander on what they said.
Yeah.
That being said, if you haven't done it yet, please hit the follow button. I'd love to have you guys here. I host for Hextech a couple times a week. I also host for some NA teams, Team Ambition, the Fierce Force, and some other things, as well as join some scrims. So hit the follow button if you'd like to get more of that content. Zondas, do you want to give yourself a shout out for any socials?
I'm just gonna be sitting around in Hextech Championship. You guys will see me. I've got no real shout outs to do because I have less than a gigabyte upload speed, so I can't stream myself. But you guys will see me around talking smack either with Charles or somebody else. And that was a great stream and great games. And I can't wait to do it another time. Thank you, Charles.
Awesome, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in to the Hextech Championship game between TST and Baladia. Thank you very much, and have a great evening, everybody.
All right. Thank you. Good night, everyone.